Hi everybody, this is the review for the final exam. This video will be deleted before the final exam occurs. Okay, so make sure you guys review. I'll do one problem or two. I'll do one problem. You guys will solve one. If I feel like I need to do the second one, I'll proceed to do the second one. Okay, so let's start with number one. I'm giving you the answer. The answer is D. Make sure you write that down somewhere. All right, number two. Vertical line test. So what's going to happen is they're going to give you a figure on a XY plane, and let's say they give you a triangle. Okay, vertical line test means that if the figure if I draw a straight line, vertical line, and it crosses the point somewhere more than once, like here, not a function. Okay, so they're going to give you a figure, try to draw a bunch of lines through it, and if you're able, so the idea is that you want to put it somewhere where it crosses two lines. If it is a function, circle yes. If it's not a function, circle no. Okay. Before I start, so the question is the test is 21 problems, and between I believe I can fly. 1 through 13 are multiple choice. 14 through 21 are open-ended, and I'm giving you about 5 or 6 ones so that you guys have it a little easy. Okay, so vertical asymptotes, I'm going to do A, you guys do B. For vertical asymptotes, it's simple. Take the denominator, set it equal to 0, solve, and this will be your answer. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, number 4, again, I'll do one, you do the other. So this is my base, this is my exponent, we'll label it X, and this is my answer, we'll label it Y. So we have to change it. B to the X is equal to Y. So this will be X to the power of 8 is equal to 711. And that's how you'll do your answer. Okay, you guys can work on B. All right. Using properties of logarithms, condense the logarithmic expression. That's simple. So since it's minus, I know it's going to be division. So it's going to be log base X. V goes on the bottom. Now I have U times U. So you put that U squared and you're done. I'll do this one, okay? Same idea here. It's plus, so you're going to be multiplying. So I got log base X. A times A is A squared. B, just put it there, all done, okay? So you'll get something similar to this, okay? Number 6. Convert the angles, the degrees to radians. So I have 195 times, and for this one, you use pi over 180. Go to Wolfram alpha and have it simplified. For me, when I put the simplification in, it came out to be 13 over 12. So you got negative 13 pi over 12. Don't forget the negative, okay? So this is the same thing. Multiply times pi over 180. Go to Wolfram alpha. You're done. All right. So number 7. Given the following point, find sine. So in this case, sine is the y value divided by r. So to find r, the formula for r is the square root of x squared plus y squared. So here I'm going to have negative 12 squared plus 35 squared under the square root. Okay. I got 144 plus, let me take out my calculator for this one. You could do this one on your phone too. 35 times 35. I got 1,225. Okay. You add that up. So 1,225 plus 144 is 1,369. Take out the square root of that one. Boom, 37. So r is 37. So again, sine is y divided by r. This number is x. This number is y. So sine is 35 divided by 37, and that's it. Okay, you guys try number 7. 8 is C, 9 is D, 10 is C. All right, so two sides of the right angle are given. Find cosine of theta. So I'll give you the angle like this. This is opposite. This is adjacent. I need the hypotenuse. Okay, so I got to do 7 squared plus 5 squared equals h. Okay, this one is going to have a square root left over. Okay, so I have 49 plus 25 is equal to c squared. Add those up. That's 74 is equal to c squared, square root. So I have this. C is equal to the square root of 74, right? Okay. So cosine in this case, all right, cosine is opposite divided by, oh no, it's adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So it's 5 divided by square root of 74. Now you can't have a square root on the bottom, so you multiply square root of 74 on the top and square root of 74 on the bottom. All right. So what happens is at the bottom is that the square root just goes away, so the denominator just becomes 74. About that. And up top it becomes 5 square root of 74, and that's how you'll find your answer. Okay. You guys do B. All right. Solve the equation for x. So this number right here will be this base to a power. So here, 729 I think is 3 to the 6th. So I'm left with 3 to the power of 4 plus 2x is equal to 3 to the 6th. Once the bases are the same, they'll cancel. So I have 4 plus 2x is equal to 6. Subtract 4, cancel 2x, 6 minus 4 is 2, divide by 2, cancel, x equals 1. Okay, so try 2, 16 to some power, 16 is 2 to some power, okay? And for the test, it'll be the same thing. G of f of x, so you have to take f and put it inside g. So you start with g, 5x plus 1, right? So you erase the x, and where the x was, you put this. So I got negative 3x. This should be a plus sign. Plus, oops, still in erase mode. Plus, let me erase it. Okay, let's do that again. So I got 5x plus 1. Take out the x and put negative 3x plus 7. Multiply 5, negative 15. Multiply 5 into 7. That's 35 plus 1. All you can do is add these two. So I got negative 15x plus 36. Okay. You guys can try B. It's not as hard as you think. It's actually pretty simple. 14, leave it blank. 15, solve the equation. Okay, so 15, you're going to need the unit circle, and I'll make sure to post it. And if I don't, just remind me to, okay? So here, the thing that they have in common are cosine, so I'm going to factor out a cosine. And since there are 2 in the first one, I'm going to have 1 left here. And since I removed the second cosine, I'm going to have plus 1. So now I find cosine x equals 0. Cosine x plus 1 equals 0. This one I have to solve a little. So I'm going to be left with cosine x is equal to negative 1. So I'll need to use the unit circle. Let me pull that up. Okay. All right. So cosine, where cosine equals 0, right? Cosine are the, actually let me take this, copy image, move this out of the way. And Control V. There we go. Draw on this one now. Okay. Cosine are the x values. Okay. Cosine is everything in green. So here I have 1 0 here and 1 0 down here. So 1 up top. So I have pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. And always remember to include plus 2 n pi. Okay? Now for negative 1, I only have it here. That's pi. So here x is equal to pi plus 2 n pi. Okay? And so you guys try B. All right? If you guys have any questions, ask me. Okay? 16. Find the inverse. F of x is just a fancy way to say y. So I have y equals 7x plus 8. First thing you want to do is swap the x and the y. So here's an x. Here's a y. Now solve for y. Subtract 8. Divide by 7. And this is your answer. So you would just write y equals x minus 8 over 7. Okay? So for B, you would do the same thing. 17, leave it blank. 18, you would have to use the trig identities. And if memory serves me right, nope. Here it is. So what we have here is we need to condense this to find the answer. Okay. So let's see. So what you would do here is since it says sine, cosine, cosine, sine, all right, and then there's a minus sign, so you're going to be using sine of A or alpha minus beta. This is alpha. This is beta. Okay, so you're going to be left with sine of 140 minus 30, and that is sine of 120. And you could leave it like that. And you would do the same thing for B. And you would use the same function and the same strategy, this, and you would use the same one for the test. Okay. Number 19. So for this one's a little tricky because it does says this quadrant 4. What that basically means is that x and y, x is positive and y is negative. So in cosine, this 9 is positive. So in order to find, since they're asking us to find sine 2 theta, we have to first find sine. So this right here is my x value, and this is my hypotenuse. So we're going to label that h. So if I draw a triangle, okay, all right, the x value would be here on the bottom, and the hypotenuse would be this one right here. Okay, this side right here is going to be negative, so just remember that there has to be a negative, right? So how do you find that missing side? How do you find this side right here? Okay, so what you do is you take 9 squared plus the y value that we're missing, and 41 squared. That's 81 plus y squared equals 2. 41 times 41. You could do this on your phone. 1681. Okay, 1681. Subtract that 81. Put 18. Y squared is 1600. And when you take the square root of that, it'll be square root of 1600 is 40. So this is negative 40. Okay, we're not done. We're not done. The formula for sine, so this is still one problem. Sine 2 theta is 2 sine theta times cosine theta. So I have 2 sine is negative 40 divided by 41 times we got 9, right? 9 over 41. So in your calculator, you could do 2 times negative 40 times 9. You have negative 720 divided by 41. So I multiplied the 2, the negative 40, and the 9, and that gave me negative 720. This can't be simplified because 41 is a prime number, and I believe that it'll happen the same way in your test. And that's your answer. Okay. That one might be a little bit tricky, but I'm sure you guys will get it. All right, 20. An escalator is 160 feet in length. Rises to a and it rises to a platform that makes 30 degrees. The only thing I'm changing here is this. All right, so this is how it would look. Here's an escalator. Okay, you guys know what escalators there are, and this is 160 feet, 30 degrees. Okay. Find the height of the platform. So they want to know what this value is right here. Okay. So it's from this angle. This is my opposite. This is my hypotenuse. Let's remember SOHCAHTOA. Okay. We're going to be using sine because we have opposite and hypotenuse. So we have sine of 30 degrees is equal to x over 160. And they want you to solve it. So in part 1, you just leave the equation. In part 2, you actually solve. So here you would do, here I'll do the work for you. Sine 30, x over 160, multiply 160. Okay, cancels. Again, use Wolfram Alpha for this. Please don't stress yourself with doing it in your brain. The answer is 80. So this one came out nice. All right. So 160 times sine of 30 is equal to x, and this is equals to 80. Okay. So that'll be the same thing for B. And in the test it'll be sine, and in this one will be sine. And for 21, all I'm going to tell you is because it's a find the error question, is know that when the natural log, when e of the x is inside natural log, ln and e cancel, and you're left with x. Same thing here, because that's going to be part of the mistake. So that's the final. All right. 21 questions. I'm giving you 6, so 15. Try your best. All right. That is all.